Listen closely because what I'm about to share could transform your financial future forever. Right now, at this exact moment, economic storm clouds are gathering on the horizon. You can feel it, can't you? Something's shifting in the air. The question isn't whether turbulent times are coming. The question is, will you be ready when they arrive? Here's what separates those who thrive during economic downturns from those who barely survive. It's not luck. It's not timing. It's preparation. Pure and simple. I've spent decades watching economic cycles repeat themselves like clockwork, and every single time I see the same pattern. Most people ignore the warning signs until it's too late. They keep spending like there's no tomorrow. They pile up debt. They assume their paycheck is guaranteed forever. Then reality hits like a freight train. But here's the beautiful truth that nobody talks about. Economic downturns create more millionaires than boom times ever do. Sounds crazy, right? Let me explain why. When everyone else is panicking and selling, when fear dominates every financial decision, that's when prepared individuals step in and buy assets at massive discounts. It's the greatest wealth transfer mechanism in human history, and it happens like clockwork every few years. The wealth doesn't disappear during recessions. It simply changes hands. From the unprepared to the prepared, from the fearful to the strategic, from those who react emotionally to those who planned ahead. So let's talk about how you position yourself on the winning side of this equation. Step 1, build your financial fortress. I need you to do something radical. Open your banking app right now and look at your balance. How many months could you survive if your income stopped today? 3 months? 6 months? 1 month? If the answer makes you uncomfortable, you're not alone. Most people are 30 days away from serious financial trouble. That's not security. That's walking a tightrope without a safety net. Your first mission is creating a cash cushion that lets you sleep soundly at night. I'm talking about 6 to 12 months of essential expenses sitting in a savings account, not invested in stocks, not tied up in crypto, actual accessible cash. Why is this so critical? Because cash gives you power. When everyone else is desperate, forced to sell assets at terrible prices just to pay bills, you'll have options. You'll have breathing room. You'll have the ability to wait for the right opportunities instead of accepting whatever scraps are available. Think of cash as ammunition. You're stockpiling it now so you can deploy it strategically when targets present themselves. Step 2, eliminate financial anchors. Debt is the silent killer of financial freedom, especially high-interest debt. Credit cards charging you 18 or 25% interest are like having a hole in your financial boat. No matter how hard you row, you're sinking. Here's your battle plan. List every debt you have, organize them by interest rate, highest to lowest. Then attack the most expensive debt with extreme prejudice. Every extra dollar you can scrape together goes toward eliminating that burden. Why does this matter so much? Because when economic conditions tighten, debt becomes a noose around your neck. People drowning in payments can't take risks. They can't negotiate from strength. They can't pursue opportunities. They're trapped, forced to accept whatever circumstances present themselves. Freedom comes from owing nothing to anyone. That's when you truly control your destiny. Step 3, never depend on a single income stream. Here's an uncomfortable reality. Your job, no matter how secure it feels, could vanish tomorrow. Company restructuring, industry disruption, economic contraction, thousands of factors beyond your control could end your primary income source. Most people have constructed their entire financial life on one fragile foundation. That's not a strategy. That's a disaster waiting to happen. You need multiple revenue channels. I'm not suggesting you work yourself into exhaustion. I'm talking about intelligent income diversification. Maybe it's rental income from a property. Perhaps it's freelance work in your expertise area. Could be a small online business. Dividend income from investments. Royalties from creative work. The specific sources matter less than the principle. You want several streams flowing so if one dries up, your financial life doesn't collapse. Start small. Add one additional income source this quarter, then another next quarter. Build systematically. Each stream might start as a trickle, but together they create a river of financial security. Step 4, become absolutely irreplaceable. When companies face pressure and need to cut costs, They make difficult decisions quickly. They keep people who drive revenue. They keep people who solve critical problems. They keep people who make everyone around them more effective. Everyone else becomes expendable. Which category do you occupy? Be brutally honest with yourself. Starting immediately, I want you to increase your value dramatically. Take on projects others avoid. Find ways to directly impact company revenue or reduce costs. Develop skills that make you unique within your organization. Document your wins. Quantify your impact. Make it obvious to leadership that losing you would be painful. Simultaneously, invest in your network outside your current company. Connect with industry peers. Attend events. Share knowledge. Build genuine relationships. Because if circumstances change, your network becomes your safety net. Job opportunities rarely come from applications submitted into the void. They come from people who know your work and want you on their team. Step 5, position your investments strategically. Here's where most people make catastrophic mistakes. They either panic and sell everything at the bottom, or they freeze and watch their portfolio implode. Both approaches destroy wealth. Smart investors adjust their positioning before storms hit. They don't wait until the ship is sinking to grab life jackets. What does strategic positioning look like? You reduce exposure to high-risk, overvalued assets before corrections occur. You take profits on investments that have run up significantly. You reallocate toward defensive holdings. Companies that provide essential services and products, healthcare, utilities, consumer staples, these businesses maintain revenue during downturns because people still need food, electricity, and medicine regardless of economic conditions. Dividend-paying stocks become particularly valuable. They provide income even when share prices fluctuate, and if you reinvest those dividends during market declines, you're purchasing more shares at discounted prices. That's how you build lasting wealth. But here's the critical element. You must maintain substantial cash reserves specifically for deployment during maximum fear. When markets have dropped 30, 40, 50% and financial media is predicting apocalypse, that's your buying opportunity. That's when you acquire exceptional assets at liquidation prices. However, you can only execute this strategy if you have cash available. If you're fully invested when crashes occur, you're locked in. You can only watch opportunities pass by. Step 6, prepare for real estate opportunities. Economic contractions create extraordinary real estate opportunities that appear maybe once or twice per decade. When people struggle with employment, when mortgage payments become unsustainable, when panic selling begins, property prices drop dramatically. This is when generational wealth gets built. I'm not talking about speculation or house flipping. I'm discussing acquiring solid rental properties at substantial discounts and holding them long term. Here's the beautiful paradox. During recessions, housing demand often increases because people who lose homes still need shelter. They become renters. So you're buying properties at depressed prices while rental demand remains stable or even grows. But this opportunity only works if you have capital ready. Down payments, reserves, the ability to close deals when traditional financing evaporates. See how everything connects? The cash you saved, the debt you eliminated, the multiple income streams you created. All of this positions you to act when others cannot. The mindset shift you must make. Here's what I need you to understand at a fundamental level. Recessions are not catastrophes to fear. They're cycles to prepare for and leverage. The wealthiest individuals I know made their fortunes during difficult economic periods, not in spite of recessions, but because of them. They had cash when assets were cheap. They had courage when everyone else had fear. They had plans when others had panic. You can do this too. You absolutely can. But it requires making different choices than the crowd makes. While others are financing lifestyles they can't afford, you're building reserves. While others are accumulating debt, you're eliminating it. While others are hoping their job stays secure, you're making yourself invaluable and creating backup income streams. These aren't sexy choices. Nobody's going to applaud your frugality or celebrate your cash savings. But when the storm arrives, and it will arrive, you'll be standing strong while others are swept away. Your action plan starts now, not next week, not when you feel more motivated. Today. Pull up your budget and cut every non-essential expense. I mean everything. Entertainment subscriptions you rarely use, gone. Expensive car payment for a vehicle beyond your needs. Sell it and downgrade. Daily expensive coffee runs. Make it at home. Restaurant meals multiple times weekly. Cut it in half. Some people will think you're overreacting. Let them think that. In 12 months, when you have substantial savings and they're living paycheck to paycheck, who was actually wise? Take your highest interest debt and create an aggressive elimination plan. Attack it with intensity. Every bonus, every tax refund, every extra dollar goes toward destroying that debt. Brainstorm 3 potential additional income streams you could develop. Pick one and take the first concrete step this week. Not planning, not researching endlessly. Actual action. Review your performance at work honestly. Are you truly indispensable? If not, what would make you so? Then implement those changes immediately. Look at your investment portfolio. Is it positioned defensively? Do you have cash reserves ready for opportunities? If not, start making adjustments. The choice is yours. Economic cycles don't care about your preferences. They're going to happen regardless. The only variable you control is your preparation level. You can ignore these warnings and hope everything works out. Many people will choose that path. They'll convince themselves conditions are different this time, that prosperity will last forever, that they'll deal with problems if they arrive. Those people will struggle enormously when reality shifts. Or you can make the hard choices now. Sacrifice some comfort today to build security for tomorrow. Position yourself strategically, prepare systematically. Then when turbulence comes, when others are panicking, you'll remain calm. You'll be ready. You'll be hunting for opportunities while everyone else is running for exits. This is how wealth gets built. This is how financial freedom gets achieved, not by following the crowd and hoping for the best, but by preparing intelligently and acting decisively. The clock is ticking. Every day you delay is a day of preparation lost. Every week you postpone action is a week closer to conditions changing. Start today. Build that cash fortress. Eliminate those debts. Create those income streams. Position yourself strategically. Your future self will thank you for the decisions you make right now. The storm is coming. Will you be ready?